3 words that define your 2026.
Being present wherever I am and not trying to be doing separate things at once.
I just want to be doing things that are in line with what I'm trying to achieve. What's happening, legends? Welcome back to the Becoming Reborn podcast. All right, today me and Patty get into a podcast about 3 and 3. I'll explain that in a second what it means. But first of all, I know you're sitting there going, if you're watching on YouTube, that is, Travis, you look fantastic. I know my tan looks good, but you're referring to my jersey that I got on. Now, the reason why I have this bad boy on is because tomorrow, when this is released, tomorrow we will be playing in the League 9. So check us out on KO. We're going to dominate. Taka is our captain coach. So far, a bit skeptical about his leadership in terms of this organisation, but nonetheless, I back my boy and for us to pull through and do something up there.
I'm glad that you said that when the camera was on because you had a different a different opinion when the camera was off. But hey, we've got to back him publicly. Always. Don't worry about what happens privately. Uncle Tiki, you're doing well. I'm going to be excited to watch.
Yeah, well done to everyone. All right, so Patrick, 3 and 3. So what we're doing today, we've basically got 3 different segments and we're going to be giving, 3 words or 3 answers for each of those.
That's 9. 3 threes?
Yeah.
Just, I'm the maths guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Really good. Like everyone was out there going, oh, how many numbers is it?
Didn't even use my calculator.
Didn't you?
No, just straight off.
Was that all Patty?
Yeah.
Straight tism. Anyways, all right. So, Patty, let's get straight into it. 3 words that define your 2026.
I like it. Can we go one for one?
Yeah, but you go first.
Yeah. We haven't spoken to, so they could line up. We don't know. My first one I've got, Travis, is intentional.
Yes.
A lot of the things that I am going to be doing this year are going to be intentional. I've found it's something that I've struggled with a lot in the past of doing things for the sake of doing things and being busy for the sake of being busy, whereas being intentional is more making sure that you're doing the right things and spending the right time on them, if that makes sense.
One, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is around exactly that. Okay, now I'm a bit of a dog here, Patrick. I've not given you 3 words. I've got one quote that's got 3 words, which you know what it is because we've talked about it many times before. And this is the D-Wags special. So D-Wags is the person that told me this line, and I've just hung on to it ever since he told me. So I'm going to tell you all 3, but it's a quote.
I know what it is.
Minimal, effective, dose. It's pretty much identical to what you just said then. I'm going to elaborate more when we get into it soon about 2026. But for me, I just want to be doing things that are in line with what I'm trying to achieve. Now, my biggest problem, which I'll get into more detail later, is I'm a creative person. So I always have these ideas that pop into my mind and I can get distracted. Whereas I've got a very clear focus of what I want to achieve in 2026. I've got my weekly planner ready to go that aligns to those goals. And it's just be minimal, effective dose. So every time I do any task, I just keep refining it till it's like the most minimal amount of words that I can possibly put on a piece of paper. And it's as clear and effective as I possibly can.
So being more efficient with your time.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say you are a lot better at that than I am. So I'm chasing.
Yeah.
But you're a great example to follow. Thank you for that.
I appreciate it. Well, that's what we kind of do. Yeah. I just kind of find the way, then I go, here, Patty, you do this as well.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Love to. I would absolutely love to.
All right, so what's your second word? We'll elaborate on your third as well.
Absolutely. Present. And it's kind of aligned with the first one of being intentional, of being present wherever I am and not trying to be doing separate things at once.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot about you. Like in meetings and sometimes you can get distracted.
Yes. And it's more that like I'm trying to do something else where it's like stop, like if you're having a conversation with someone, give them your full attention instead of trying to do 2 or 3 things at once.
Have you ever read the book, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team? I think
no.
I don't think that's the word. But you know the book I'm talking about. It's the 5 functions.
No, dysfunctions. I think you got it right.
Yeah, 5 dysfunctions of a team. AJ Hatch loves it. Give that a read, Patty. There's a guy in there that reminds me heaps of you.
Is it autistic? Probably.
Possibly. It's a different kind of book of what you and I normally read. We normally read like personal development books or biographies. This is a book about a made up team. So it's not real,
Okay.
but it talks about a lady that's come in. I'm pretty sure it's a lady comes into a new company and is the manager, and how she has to reorganize this whole team. It's a very good book. But anyways, it reminds me of there's a certain character in it. I'm not going to talk about it because I want to see if we're on the same page when you read it.
Love to.
Good luck. What's your third word?
You. Wise. I was going to write smart, but it sounded a bit cheesy. But being wise, as in like being smart about things. It relates to a lot of things, but a specific example is like with my training. Being wise, like don't be silly. Don't do a lot of things because you feel like you would like to, or because your pride gets in the way, which is a big problem for both of us. And just like being smart with things like that. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, heaps. Like I actually had this problem this week, Patrick. So as we were discussing before the podcast, I was really sick on Tuesday. The only reason I came in at 4 a.m. and still ran was because I was like, I don't want to let Pat down. Not like I know it's not going to let you down, but it's like Pat knows that I'm always here.
Oh no, I do definitely understand.
Concerned.
I'm like, why are you letting me down? We don't run together on a Tuesday.
No, we don't. No, but we both know. I know what days Pat is. I know what Pat is doing every day with his training because we're just always together.
We always do the same thing.
We always do the same. We're very consistent. And as well, Pat gets worried.
Yeah. You want to tell the story? Do you want me to...
Yeah, you can tell it.
Trav was going to Bali.
Yeah, it was Bali, yeah. And
told me like 4 times during the week that like, I'm going to Bali on Sunday morning. I'm like, yep, sweet. And it wasn't like I'm going to be gone for work because that part isn't too much of an issue. It's like, so you know when you don't see me, that's why. Yeah. And I came in on Sunday morning like I do at the exact same time and started training, and then it got to like 5:15 and Trav wasn't here at the gym, and I was like, oh my God, something's wrong. Like, where the hell is Trav? It's like, it's after 5 o'clock on a Sunday and Trav isn't here. And I really love training on Sundays because there's barely anyone in the gym and it's really quite peaceful. Yeah. And it's often you and I, we're not even training together. We're doing separate things in opposite corners of the gym. We don't even talk, but it's just nice when you're there.
Yeah, you just know that
so I messaged Trav and I'm like, is everything okay? Like, where are you? What's going on? And Trav wrote back and said, Pat, I'm in Bali. We spoke about this 4 times during the week. And I was like, oh yeah, sorry. I'm still concerned.
But it's like, one, I don't want to skip, but it's also like you and I have this thing where we don't miss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to let Pat down. If I felt so sick, and I'm like, but Pat will turn up.
Yeah.
So they're not.
It's hard. Again, that's our pride.
It's my ego.
Yeah.
Because like you don't give a shit. Like if I come in and said, oh, I'm sick, you'd have been like, oh, rest up. But like I had to come in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of hit home that last one.
And also with you've got a lot of events this year, and a lot of them are like doubling and tripling up. And what we've done in the past, you play your OzTag tournament, and then like within a month you do the 100 for Harper, which is one of our big events, and you're doing the same again this year. And like 2 out of the last 3 years, it's like we've had to scramble for a replacement because you've got injured at OzTag before 100 for Harper, and then you've ended up coming good and just doing 100 for Harper anyway. And it's like they're the type of things with myself that I'm talking about because I've just had like a lot of like niggly little annoying injuries, and I'm like, why does this stuff keep happening to me? Because I hate that line. It's like a very victim line, but it's like, okay, take a step back.
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
Yeah, take a step back and go, well, what can I do to prevent these things from happening?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I've got to be a bit smarter about my training.
Okay, I like that. So your 3 words are?
Intentional, present, and wise. Sorry.
That's okay.
I had to read them. I thought you were going to tell me. I forgot them. How are you going to remember them?
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was going to, but then I didn't, like a dog. All right, what are the 3 things you're leaving behind in 2025?
One again?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Distraction. That's not your first, is it? Wow.
What did you say at the top there? Getting distracted.
Yeah. Because, and it leads to, or it kind of rolls off what I was talking about before. Being intentional and being present is like little distractions. And it's kind of a multitude of things. And often what I find myself doing in my day-to-day work is like, I'll find something that has got to be done and I'll start doing it. And then like, I'll be like, oh, and as soon as it pips in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I've got to do that as well. And I haven't fully finished something and then I'm going on to something else, a little bit like you, which is rare for me because I'm normally like, if I focus with something, like I'm my attention is all there and nowhere else. And the hard thing is when someone's then potentially trying to talk to me, and if I'm locked in with something, it's like I'm in this bubble, get the hell out. So that's what I'm going to try and be better at, is not get distracted, lose focus, and stay on task.
Yeah, one of the good things we've developed with each other this last year is when our doors are shut, it means we're locked in. But
Yes.
like if my door's open, it's like I'm working, and we're like,
Come in for a little giggle. Yeah.
and I know if your door's ajar,
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
like,
play on. I want to hear what's going on out there.
it's just like you literally left the door open for the conversation.
Nice.
But mine's exactly the same, getting distracted. Now, I've never been diagnosed with ADHD or ADD.
You don't need to.
Don't need to.
Yeah. I'm not a doctor, Travis, but
Yeah, and I think I see it as a superpower, because once you focus in, it's like laser focus. But I can go on a tangent. Like I can have an idea that doesn't serve me any type of purpose of towards my goals, and I'll spend 2-3 hours on it. Or a Canva document. Oh my god,
that was exactly what I was just going to say.
I can spend so much time on Canva. Love it. But yeah, so mine's getting distracted and just staying in my lane of what my goals are. And whereas in the past, I've got 15 different goals, so those distractions are kind of aligned with them. But now I've really culled them down. So I've got 3 specific goals. I know exactly what I'm chasing in terms of business. 3 specific goals that I'm chasing. I'm just keeping in line with those.
It's funny how you say this, Trav, with like you often have distractions and it's like you want to kind of get back on your straight and narrow path. In your personal life, you've always been the exact opposite. Like when you went through your addiction and rehab and then came back, I remember having the very first conversation when you said this to me, and I've then heard you say it multiple times around, I'm staying in my lane. Anything that's out of my lane is just like going to the pub with the boys or anything out there that could potentially drag you down a different path is just, no, I'm just staying in my lane, which is like business, fitness, and family. Like anything that's in my lane, I stick to. It's interesting that in other facets of your life, like kind of shiny toy syndrome comes in.
Do you know what it is?
What?
My ego. So my ego.
Because you think you can do everything. Yeah.
It just gets me. It is. And
you can.
I get so arrogant. I'm like, I look at it and I see someone else doing something. I'm like, I can do that. I can do that better. And then I start like going, oh, if I was going to do it, how would I do it? And then the next thing you know, I'm doing it.
So you never actually made the decision to do it. It was just like you start off with how would I do it? Like a curiosity thing. And then all of a sudden, 3 days later, you're like, oh, Jesus, I've actually started this.
Yeah. And it's a blessing and it's a curse. But this year, I just want to like get those creative ideas, either park them or hand them to someone else that is going to be, it's going to be more relevant to their time.
Because you actually are right in a lot of these things that, yes, you can do them and do them well, provided you've dedicated the time to it in times your limited resource.
Exactly.
All right, my number 2 is doing everything. That's one thing I'm going to leave behind. And it's something that it's not the same, is it?
I just may as well say it. Saying yes to everything. So we haven't discussed this, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got to get better. Mine actually is a bit separate to yours. Because yours is going to be more about saying no more often, but whereas mine is more about delegating. That's definitely something that I've always needed to get better at. And I've often held a belief of like, well, I know how to do it. It's going to be a lot quicker and more efficient if I just do it, as opposed to teaching someone else how to do it and getting them to do it. And if I delegate and someone else makes a mistake, and again, my ego comes into it and I think, well, I never would have made that mistake. Then again, it's a hard thing where it's like, well, I should have just done it myself because it would have been better. I am getting better at delegating though, I'd like to say.
Heaps better.
Better. Not good, but better.
No, heaps better. You were horrible at the start. Biz is like that now.
Yeah.
She's got that knack where she can kind of do anything and everything. And then like, but she's not a good delegator.
She's young.
Yeah.
It's quite understandable.
Yes, it is. And she'll have to learn herself too.
Yeah.
I had to watch you go through it for 2-3 years. But yeah, mine was say yes to everything. So very, very similar, but only difference is yours is more about delegating. Mine's like, it kind of goes back to the first one, like getting, like someone says, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, I can do it. And just being like, yeah.
It's exciting. Let's go.
It's been more more specific, going back to my minimal effective dose, is it going to directly impact the 3 goals that I'm trying to achieve for my business? Yes or no? And if it doesn't, then I don't do it. That's going to be my thing. So you only say yes to things that are going to benefit those top 3 goals.
Stay in your lane, baby.
That's it.
My third one is people pleasing. I'm going to do that less. And there's kind of a specific example. I saw you just sit back a bit, Trav, because my guess is because you were like, oh, you don't please people. You don't please people. People hate you. I read your mind, didn't I?
He knows me so good.
Yeah. That was a shock to you, wasn't it? Like, Paddy, I think you need to do more of this. I'm the one that deals with all the crap when people don't like you.
So
but around...
No, you've got better at that too.
Yes. So managing a team in the gym is having tough conversations and kind of going... it's going to sound ruthless, but business first before friendship. The hard thing is we build such strong friendships with everyone that works at Reborn, and it's like having those tough conversations and not just trying to please people, keep people happy for the betterment of the business is going to be difficult. So that's the specific example, because what is happening in 2026 is Trav is taking more of a step back from just Reborn Athletic Hub in Caringbah, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of the managing the team and running the gym while Trav is off doing the stuff that's moving the needle forward.
The vision.
Creating
the vision and making it happen. My last one is getting stuck in the weeds. So, and it's along those same lines of like, rather than like having those conversations 2-3 weeks later when they should have been done on that day straight away, just nip it in the bud and then move on. We had a lot of that at the start of last year. We got way better at it towards the back end, but we just don't have time for it anymore. And they're just getting stuck in the weeds of any sort of drama, especially like in amongst the team. That's like the big one. And it's just like, all right, if there's a problem, just put those 2 people together, they talk it out, figure it out.
Yeah, drama's something that we've just never really had a tolerance for, is it?
No.
I've always hated it. Drama and gossip.
Yuck.
Grow up.
Yeah, I feel yucky.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, there are 3.
Get rid of them. Piss them off. All right. 3 tips to staying productive. Tell you what, we could do a whole segment on this, but let's just make this short and sharp. Paddy,
Yes.
What's your number 1 tip?
Weekly planning ritual. Having my weekly planner, filling it in religiously on a Friday for the following week, and then sticking to it. So if you don't plan your week, I would suggest planning your week.
You're not going to read about it, guys, but guess what? It's the same thing.
This looks like a setup.
Yeah, I know, and we really aren't. But mine's planning as well. And we both have a weekly planner that we use. Now, we don't give a shit what you use. You got to use something.
Whatever
You've got to have some sort of system. We've said it I think we've said it in every podcast for like the last 4 podcasts, but we'll say it one more time. James Clear, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. And it's so important. You can have all these amazing goals. It doesn't mean anything until you have the correct system in place. And our system, both of our system, is our weekly planner. So have some sort of planner that you adhere to. Don't just write it down for the sake of writing down. You have to adhere to it every single week, and it's consistency. And it doesn't mean if you don't hit it one week, then you just throw the toys out of cart.
Try again.
That's okay. There's some weeks where we don't hit some of our stuff as well, but do you know what the next week?
They're on there.
They're on there.
And they're often the first thing that gets done. Anything you've missed.
Where's my boy? He just gets me. Yeah, weekly planner. What's your second thing?
Protect my sleep and energy.
I got that as my third one.
Oh, wow. I got caught up with the boys in about a year, maybe even a year and a half ago, of like 4 a.m. is the best time to train, and training every day at 4 a.m. And I often can't necessarily, because of family things, get to bed like before 8. So like sleep deteriorates massively. And then I know I'm not the best version of myself. So protecting that. So I only do a 4 a.m. training session twice a week. And it's the 2 days of the week I'm on class at 5 a.m. because every other day I can train at 5 a.m. And when I get an extra hour's sleep, get out of my way. Protecting my sleep and my energy, because I know that then I can be the best version of myself.
Mine's similar, and I think we're on the same page here, but mine's like set a routine. So with your week, this is off the back of your weekly planner. With your routine, you want to do something that you consistently do every single week. Because like what I was saying before about me, Pat and I know what day it is by what I'm training, and I also know what Pat's doing every single day. Because we're setting our routine. The more things that you create as a habit, the less thinking. I know it sounds very like a minor thing that you have to actually make the decision of what you're going to do, but the less you have to make in terms of decisions, the easier your life becomes with it when you got a set routine. So create a routine that works with your lifestyle that you can do every single week, as many times as you possibly can, and then that's going to help you achieve your goals as well. Consistency across your weekly plan and your routine is my first two. All right, last one, Patrick.
I've got an app on my phone.
Yeah.
It's called 1Sec, SEC, 1Sec. So I would find myself at times going to Facebook or Instagram just mindlessly, and then I was like, how did I even get onto this app? Like, so it's almost like you pick up your phone sometimes, and if you've just texted someone, you swipe out of that, and then like you it's like your thumb kind of moves without you even knowing sometimes, and all of a sudden you're on an app and you're in a bit of a doom scroll, and you're like, how the hell did this even start? So I've got an app and I've had it for about 2 years now, and it's worked wonders for me. And it's my tip for anyone else out there who has a similar thing like that, is you link apps to it. So I've linked Facebook and Instagram to this app. Anytime I click Instagram, for example, it doesn't go straight into it. My phone kind of goes to this separate app, and then it makes me take a deep breath in 10 seconds and out for 10 seconds. And I can't speed that up. And it'll then ask me, what's your purpose for opening this app? And then you've got to answer that, and then it opens the app for you.
I've even seen when you've used that, Patty, it even says
how many times you've done it in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, yep. And then that could be a bit of a slap in the face.
So both of those things are a bit of a wake-up call. It just makes you kind of step back and go, shit, what am I doing this for? And you've got to be honest with yourself, obviously. And then if it comes up and it's like, it's 20 times in the last 24 hours you've tried to open Instagram, you're like, well, what the hell have I been doing? And it wakes you up.
You know what's a slap in the face for a lot of these people out there that are so busy? When they say, oh, they don't have time, you go, all right, over on your phone, show me your screen time.
Yeah, go to your screen time and check. And then tell me you don't have time.
Yeah, there's like, who was it? It was like 6 hours a day.
Bizarre. I've done that myself, and like it's a slap in the face for me, and looked in the mirror and like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. My last one is, it's around accountability. It's having some sort of system where you can track. Does that make sense? A trackable system is probably a better way of saying it. Now, we're very fortunate here. We have our weekly OKRs.
Yeah. So
that's like one of our ones that we check in. I've created a little checklist that every single week that I have to tick off. Now, I'm very motivated, right? So I don't need another if I don't achieve my goals,
it hurts.
It pisses me off.
You don't need to be talking to someone else about it.
But if you're one of these people that struggles with self-accountability, my suggestion would be is have some sort of trackable checklist that you do weekly, and then share it with someone else that's going to be with you the whole way. So like I do with Chloe.
That's awesome. It's funny you say that, right? Paddy Tegg, who's one of our coaches at Reborn, he's studying to become a physio, and he just works with us part-time. And he does his OKRs with us, but he can't make our Monday meeting when we go through them. And he said to me yesterday, can I schedule a time to meet with you weekly and we can go through these just to keep me accountable? And he goes, because even with my uni stuff, he said, like, when I'm not accountable to someone else, like, the ball drops. And I look at Paddy as someone that holds himself to a really high standard, very self-motivated. And even for the simple fact that he reached out with that kind of set me back a bit. And I was like, here I am thinking you just wouldn't have needed that. And he goes, no, I do need it. So I'm like, yes, I would love to meet with you. And I can guarantee he's going to nail it every single week because he knows he's bringing it to me.
My suggestion for someone like that, that's like they are self-motivated and they're finding that they are dropping the ball, and because it's not front of mind.
Yep.
You need something that mine's in my notes. So it's pinned in my notes, so I can do my checklist every single week. I know it's easy, it's accessible, and there's no friction getting to it. So make sure it's always front of mind, because if you're not constantly going back to it, you're just going to forget about it.
All right. So to wrap up that, our 3 tips for a productive 2026, one for one. First one, weekly planning ritual. Travis, weekly planning. Second one, protect my sleep and energy.
Routine.
And a 1Sec app for your phone.
Yeah, trackable system. All right. Well, that is our podcast. Well done to everyone.
Well done, Nick.
Peace.